Ephador, home of the angry sun. A burning inferno of churning flame, its once stable engines were disrupted by the magics of an ancient god. The star, unable to handle the power of a god, began spewing intense solar storms across the system, burning its worlds to barren rock and rendering space trade nearly impossible. Despite this hostile stellar body, the world of Ephador remains temperate, covered in fields of orangey grass and forests of tall orange trees. They rise several hundred feet high, and their leaves are the size of wagons. The trees generate heat and are warm to the touch. Their sap can be harvested for fuel, similar to elemental gel, and often used in lamps and lanterns when fire gel cannot be found. The Ephador oak survives the solar flames due to its immunity to fire, and while this makes a poor fuel source, the wood makes excellent building material. Often used to make cabins, the buildings are immune to fire and protected from the heat of intense solar flares. While these storms are not usually an issue, the solar flares do hit the planet at all times in relentless waves, lighting up the sky in a display of terrifying firestorms. Most of the solar flares are deflected by the atmosphere, but some are so powerful they penetrate the protective layers of druidic air magic and scour the world in radiant flames. During these outbreaks, the Federation citizens will seek shelter, finding safety inside their cabins. However, those out on the road are not always so lucky, as sometimes there is no place to hide, and being caught in a solar burst will result in a quick but painful death. To protect those out on the road, hundreds of oaken hut shelters are built across the countryside. While they are primitive and small, it allows those out in the open to find a quick escape. Some merchants even carry small hut shelters on their wagons, guaranteeing they will always have a place to hide. While most life is unable to survive the solar events, there is one creature who is immune to the solar flames, the Ephador sponge. An orange spongy creature that grows a thick shell around its body, like a ball. They roll across the ground like tumbleweeds and often attach their spongy mass to trees or buildings, sucking nutrients found within the wood to sustain their needs. They are meaty with a beefy taste, and sponge farmers will raise thousands to feed the population of Ephador, a trade vital to the world's survival. Solar stills are built across the plains, collecting the sun's flame and turning it into a combination of fire gel and distilled cosmic gel, which is used in spellcasting. While their production varies wildly depending on the strength of the storm, the main job source, as with most of the Federation worlds, remains the drilling platforms across the planet. Thousands cover the plains, and while the job is dangerous and the platforms always in need of replacement, the fire gel is rich and the money is good, leaving no shortage of those willing to risk their lives on Ephador. For more information on the sun's history, please provide the correct clearance to your Exemplia librarian.